Did someone call a doctor? A strange doctor? What up, big kids? Here's my big review of Doctor Strange. This will be a non-spoiler review, and I want to thank my buddy Lewis for hooking me up with an advanced screening pass. Now, this is the 14th Marvel Studios film in the cinematic universe. This is the first in Phase 3. It isn't a sequel with Captain America Civil War, which I got to see earlier this year. This movie is spellbinding, it's magical, it's a thrill ride, but it's also very familiar. Doctor Strange is directed by Scott Derrickson, known mostly for The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and Hellraiser Inferno. Oh, hell no. Basically, this movie is the origin story of Dr. Stephen Strange. He is a acclaimed neurosurgeon who also has a big ego. On his way to the event, he gets into a car accident that gives him severe nerve damage where his hands are like jazz hands, but they just can't stop moving. He tries to do many surgeries and tries to find any way that he can repair his hands, and that way he can become a surgeon again. He discovers there might be some Easter myths, and it might help him if he goes to Kathmandu, Nepal, which he soon discovers the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton, as well as Mordu, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. I'm going to butcher his name so much in this review. He learns that things like magic and mystic arts are for real, and he learns to harness this power and becomes the teacher of the Ancient One, and soon becomes the Sorcerer Supreme that we know and love. Let's talk about the visuals. This is one of the most visually stunning Marvel movies to date. It's really something out of this world. It's like a kaleidoscope come to life, but it's like anything you love from the Harry Potter films, like with the magic fights. Add Kung Fu to that, because wow, it is so jaw-dropping what they do with this visual, especially in the final act. What you see in the trailer is, wow, you have seen nothing yet. It's really nice to see magic in the Marvel Cinematic Universe finally. We got a little glimpse of things like the multiverse in Ant-Man, and we see a lot more of that, and the movie touches on so much more possibilities leading into Infinity Wars as well as the Doctor Strange sequels. If you're a big fan of the Doctor Strange lore, there's characters that you're hoping to see that you will see in this movie. I won't give away, and definitely little hints of things to come that will make you very excited. Let's talk about the cast. Benedict Cumberbatch is a charismatic actor, and his Doctor Strange really reminds me a lot of Tony Stark. In fact, Doctor Strange and Tony Stark could probably be best friends. They have a very similar personality. One's a genius billionaire playboy philanthropist, one's a genius playboy surgeon, and they both got that awesome facial hair that I can't wait to see them in Avengers Infinity Wars just saying like facial hair bros. But I really love how Benedict really brings upon the wit, the charm, the arrogance, the confusion of this character. He really is a great leading man, and I can't wait to see him in the Doctor Strange sequels as well as Infinity Wars. Chiwetel Ejiofor is an amazing actor, and he does an amazing job really bringing Mordu's character to life. He definitely has a lot of complexity. If you know the Doctor Strange lore, you know he eventually becomes a bad guy, but in this film he's a good guy. He is helping Doctor Strange fight the big bad in this movie, and you can definitely see the conflicting side of him that will bring out the villain in him in the future movie. He has some great moments in this film, especially some great funny moments with Doctor Strange. Rachel McAdams plays Christine Palmer, which is the love interest to Doctor Strange. They definitely have history in this film. You get a sense that they love each other, but at the same time, you know, because of Stephen Strange's ego, that they have, you know, just become work colleagues. She has some really funny moments. There's not a lot of her in the movie. Really, Rachel McAdams, I love her so much, and it's always great seeing her, even for the little time we have with her. Benedict Wong is so great. I really love how they changed Wong's character from being a manservant to like a sorcerer librarian, like the guardian of the library that is like has all the spell books, and he is hilarious. There's a running joke that Doctor Strange is trying to make him laugh, and oh man, it's just wonderful. Mads Mikkelsen as Caligulus, I believe that's how you say his name. He has some great depth to him. You don't get a whole lot of him too. He has some great funny moments too with Doctor Strange, which I like, and he has some really badass moments, especially with the fight scene with him and Mordo. He's definitely not the worst Marvel villain out there, but he's definitely not one of the best. But he's still a great actor, and I really love seeing him in the role. Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One. There was a lot of controversy with changing the character not only to a woman, but also the ethnicity. Now, if you know the whole issue with like Tibet and China, and if you made the character to Tibetan, it would have alienated the whole Chinese market. So I understand why they changed it. I actually didn't mind it at all because Tilda Swinton is wonderful. She had some really badass moments. She was totally hilarious and totally charming, and actually had some really touching moments in the movie. Just like Thor did back in Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Doctor Strange really adds a new element to the Marvel Universe that I'm really excited to see. Having magic and mystic arts in there is really awesome. There's so much that they did with the visuals, so much cool things that they did with all the magical powers and spells that they did. It makes me really excited to see more of Doctor Strange in the Cinematic Universe. Even though that the origin story is very similar to, say, like Tony Stark or just origin stories we've seen in the past, it still does something very different, and it's a very enjoyable film. Even if it's not the best Marvel's movie, this is one of the better Marvel movies, and I really highly recommend it. With that, I give Doctor Strange a 4 out of 5. Also, there's some really great 3D moments. I don't say this movie is the best 3D movie I've seen, but definitely I think that 3D is worth it if you want to spend the extra money. And it's not as motion sickness as some of the trailers make it seem. It definitely won't make you sick. It has some crazy parts in it, but it's still pretty tame. So definitely go see Doctor Strange when it comes out tomorrow on my birthday, November 3rd. So this is my last review as a 32-year-old, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And for more, check out my website at SeanXLong.com. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. I'm Sean Long, where I live long and love life. I have love for Stephen Strange. Strange love, strange highs and strange lows. Strange love, that's how my love goes for Doctor Strange.
It's a cape or bedsheet? Which one is this?
I sleep at night. It's a cape, the cape of snooziness. Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, a snuggle.